टाइम हो गया. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Toastmaster Vikas Agarwal, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting number 263 of NITK BHIVE Toastmasters Club. There are three golden rules we follow in Toastmasters Club. Please switch off your mobile phone. Allow 2 seconds. As a Toastmaster, we refrain from any discussion on sex, religion, and politics. To For uninterrupted flow of the meeting, I request to refrain from any cross-talking or leaving and entering the meeting hall when the speaker is delivering his speech. Please allow him to end his speech. As everyone has a mission to achieve their goal of success, likewise, our Toastmasters Club mission is to provide supportive and positive learning experience which helps the member to grow their communication and leadership skills, empowering them with more self-confidence and positive learning experience. Please join me in welcoming the Toastmaster of the day. So, our theme is travel more than miles. It's a journey of the soul. Basically, it allows you to share your experience, what you had, what you experienced recently when you were on a. Please share your experience on your recent travels. The theme of the day. Please join me in welcoming the presiding officer, Toastmaster Santosh Kejriwal.
आतिम बढ़िया बना दिए.
हाँ भैया.
चलो. Good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
I open meeting number 260. ठीक है भैया.
उसके ऊपर में डब्बा रखा है.
छूटा नहीं ना. Okay, so meeting number 263 is now officially open. First and foremost thing, what we should do. The minutes of the meeting of last 2-3 meetings has not been shared. I think so. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
We'll just skip that.
Yes.
Some genuine reasons Habib is not able to make those minutes. So let's see how we can inculcate that in future. Guests, how many guests do you have today? Two. Yes, can one by one. I'd like you all to rise and give your introduction.
I'm Dr. Shanbhag V.S. I'm a retired banker and presently an High Court advocate for the last 20 years and a CSR advisor. I'm a Rotarian for the last 46 years and having worked in bank, I've traveled around many places in India as well and more than 43 countries around the world in different continents. And I'm connected with many international social organizations. During those, and 46
one of my first travels started in the year 1990s. During those days, one of our friends was having this, hardware. In those days, these computer parts used to be, bought from Singapore, and it's been assembled those days. And our friend used to take us whenever we have 1 or 2 days holidays, with for 2, 3 days to Singapore. So maybe more than 20, 25 times I have visited Singapore those days. And after that, during next, my biggest travel around the world was in 1994, where I was to present a paper in the international conference on AIDS prevention in Asian countries as a convener of Indian Society of Blood Transfusion and Immunohematology. During those days, I traveled around, 10 countries in Europe and 3 Asian countries. After traveling in those countries, I presented paper in the international conference in Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And that was my biggest journey in 20 days. I traveled around 10 European countries: Austria, Belgium, Italy, France, Switzerland, Germany, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Luxembourg, and all those. And after that, as a Rotary member, I used to, attend the international conventions in different places, like Canada, US, UK, Japan, Korea, Thailand, and so many countries. So in total, it is around 43 countries I have traveled around, and multiple countries, around 6 to 7, like Dubai. You know, as an high court advocate, I was connected with this international people who had citizens who had the properties here, and so many cases were there in mainly in Middle East countries. About 11 countries I was representing those people in the High Court in about 76 cases. So that has been my experience of traveling around because of these different reasons.
No, Mr. Sharma, what should I call you? A doctor or a banker or an advocate? What should I call
I'm a
you?
doctorate in CSR from an American University.
Okay, first time I'm hearing doctor and a lawyer also, a banker also, so many professions. Sir, it's a warm welcome to you, sir. Our next guest. Yes, sir.
Mayur.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mayur Khandelwal, and
Mayur.
currently I'm a student.
Mayur Khandelwal.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm a student. I'm pursuing first PUC in Jain University, which is in Jainagar. So today I'm here. I know I'm very young here, but I just want to have an experience with all of you and get inspired by something so that I can implement it in my life. I know I'm a bit shy, but still.
For your information, most of us here are younger than you. Okay? Huh? So don't feel shy. Huh? So feel at home.
Yeah.
So let's welcome both of them with a round of applause. Let's welcome them. What's today's theme, Prasanna? Let me see. And timer, how much time do I have now?
We have 2.5 minutes.
Travel more than miles.
Travels more than miles. It's a journey of the soul.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, this I saw last week.
Uh,
The story that I could have shared on this was take at least 3, 4 minutes or 5 minutes, isn't it? Huh? In short, it was the year 2007 June. My son was graduating from UK University. My daughter was graduating from US University. So we had planned a trip to UK and US, 3 generations together. My parents, both the kids, one uncle from Amritsar, me and my wife. So we landed in US, Miami, went down to Florida, then took the Bahamas cruise into Canada, Toronto, Niagara Falls, Calgary, Vancouver, then entered US through Buffalo, Chicago, New York. We got Washington DC, then to Los Angeles, San Francisco, Las Vegas, and all these places. In total, it was only a tour of 58 days. That's all. And believe me, in all these 58 days, none of us fell ill. Not one single time. Till the last day, we had sprint in our legs. Though we traveled thousands of miles during the trip in these 58 days, but more importantly, it is our soul that connected us so well with our family members that we never felt tired, no fatigue, nothing at all. So, friends, it's a very nice theme. Once the souls are connected, then there is no looking back. We here in Toastmasters also, we come here meeting after meeting, week after week, all because of our souls are connected. Our TMOD for today has given a wonderful theme, a committed Rotarian, a committed Toastmasters, and commitment all her life. Let's see what she has up her sleeves for all of us. Put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Prasanna. Bunny.
Thank you, President. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I was missing all of you for last 1 month.
Oh, yes.
When I chosen the theme, when I got the opportunity to be at TMOD, I thought, okay, let me, because of what reason I was away from Toastmasters, let me choose it as a theme. So my perception is about to travel is, it is not the miles which we cover, it is the soulfulness which we achieve. But I do have another version. The longest journey we have with ourselves is the travel of our mind. It travels wherever it likes to, with our knowledge, without our knowledge. And some destinations we even don't know where it is going. So that is my I always think about that when travel comes into my mind. But my first travel experience as a child, way back in late 70s, from my small village to the headquarters of the district. The travel didn't, excited me because it is greeneries everywhere since I belongs to Kerala. That doesn't excite me. But as I was reaching towards the town, seeing big buildings, many people, many vehicles, which I never seen, because my village has few buses and few jeeps, and only cycles. There is no two-wheelers or cars or anything. Then we entered to a restaurant, which is Indian Coffee Day. I think Indian Coffee Day. And a person who is welcoming you with the turban and the white uniform, it excited me. I don't know what it is. I was also, folding my hands and bending to him because they bent and welcome you those days. Then first big dosha, I still can remember I saw there, though I'm a dosha lover. I was amazed where to start, whether it is touching the table. It was a confused stage, but it really excited me, and it was a learning. When we out of the restaurant, when we were in the center of the crowd, passing the vehicles, so many vehicles were passing, crossing the road. Everything was very new to me, and that was my first experience as in a town, a corporation. And we stayed there that night, me and my cousin with mama, and he was taken us for a movie. That is another experience at theater. I always seen talkies, never seen a theater. That also two movies back to back, because we want to utilize the time 1 night and 2 days, so we want to experience. So two movies, first show and second show. Those days there was second show also. So that is another experience. That also, there are so many question marks in my mind, because I have to get answers for all those. Then the next day, our purpose of the visit was for seeing a science exhibition from the school side. We are representing from the school side, but in a personal level. That again excited me. A different world opened in front of me. From there till date, I was blessed to travel around the world. I lived in many countries. I traveled to 26 countries as of now. And the horizon it opened in front of me is unexplainable. I think way back in 1924, a person called Ralph Medley also thought of a journey. He named the journey as Toastmaster International. And he took even all of us together, around closer to 3 lakh people. Still the journey is on, and we spread around 146 countries, which is a wonderful thing. Don't you think? All of us are a part of this journey. We are still traveling with him. But to start any meeting, today we are here for a Toastmaster meeting. So to start any meeting, we need a structure. Our meeting is structured in 3 segments. The first one is a prepared speech. The second one is table topics. And there is general evaluation. But only structure can't stand, right? We need pillars. So we have 3 pillars for that, which is we call them as timer, accounter, and grammarian. Can I ask the timer to come here and explain the role? Could you please?
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'll be the timer for today. So just like every conversation that we have, every race that we do, we are always timed. Just like that, our prepared speeches today and our impromptu speeches today will be timed accordingly. The prepared speeches will be timed according to the speech evaluation resource. It can be 4 to 6 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes, and every impromptu speech is for 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of the meeting, I will be giving my report when the GE calls me to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. The grammarian.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari. Good evening, everyone. My name is Shalini, and I will be your grammarian for today. The word of the day is perception, which means what is the idea or the vision or the thought we have about a particular thing. In order to put it in a sentence, since our theme is about travel, we can say that travel changes our perception for the better. As humans, we also enhance our knowledge. I would like all of you to do one thing today. If you see anyone using the word of the day, you could probably show a heart. How do you show a heart? Please show a heart. Okay. Or you could probably snap your fingers. Okay. Or you could probably give a broad smile, because that is how we are all encouraged to use the word of the day, perception. Back to the TMOD. I will bring my report at the end of the meeting.
Accounter.
Okay.
Hi guys, can you all repeat with me? U, O. So these are some of the R words or crutch words we call it, which you can notice when someone is giving their speech, they will repeat this when they are not able to get their next word. So instead of this, you can take a pause. That's what we suggest you. Wishing the speakers all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will come at the end about that general evaluator. At the end, I will introduce her. So now let us move into the sessions. So first is prepared speech. Before calling the speaker, I would like to invite the evaluator. I would like to talk few words about her. She's a hardcore Toastmaster, always open with her abundance of knowledge and energy to help others. She who believes travel is a way of learning and enriching. It liberates to be an unlimited version of our own self. Let us welcome with a round of applause Toastmaster Shalini Mukund.
the day. Today, some of us are doing dual roles. So I'm going to be talking about the project guidelines of the first speaker, Toastmaster Ramdas Bhatt. He's attempting level 5 project 1 from the path engaging humor. The speech timings are 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is Strong Foundation. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply their leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to introduce his or her plan and vision. I wish the speaker the very best. Back to you.
Thank you. So before calling the speaker, let me introduce him. I don't know what I should talk about him. He's the backbone of our club, a driving force, and a very good mentor, calm, composed. He have different names in our club, but he believes you don't need to travel physically to be with your soul. You can sit in a calm place and you can travel anywhere, wherever you want. Your mind takes you. Let us welcome the first speaker, Toastmaster Ramdas Bhatt.
If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up somewhere else. It's a beautiful quote by Yogi Bhaga about planning. Dear Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, welcome guests. Can anyone recall what is the tagline or punchline of Toastmasters International? Where leaders are made. Where leaders are made. Just for a moment, think why it is not where managers are made. Managers and leaders are the same. Let me explain with some examples. Manager is someone who is doing a task. In corporate, we call KPI, key deliverables that person has to deliver, and given all the resources to make sure that that person is able to deliver in a very effective and efficient way. Let me take an example of our Toastmaster Nimishaji. She is the treasurer of our current XCOM team, and she does the job so excellent. Every month she asks all the members to tell her what all spent they are done, and she gets the payment from Toastmaster Cycle. And end of the month she gives a report what was received, how much spent. She's so effective and efficient. What's the role? What's the job she is doing? Very effective manager. Let me explain what is a leader. What a leader does. Leader has a vision. A vision is much bigger than a goal. And the leader inspires, motivates the people around him to achieve that vision. The best example of great leader is none other than our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He had a vision to liberate India and he motivated lakhs of crores of people leave everything and join him the non-violence movement. Isn't it a great leadership? Our own Toastmaster Santoshi. The next ExCom, he motivated 7 members to take up the roles. It's not easy, I'll tell you. Motivating someone to do ExCom role, executive committee role is not easy. And he has done that with a great leadership style. So the best place to learn leadership is a non-profit organization like be a Rotary or Toastmasters. Because here we don't pay anyone to do the job or tasks. In fact, the members pay and put their efforts and they're more than willing to get satisfaction out for doing the job. In Toastmasters level 5, there's a project called High Performance Leadership, which is elective, which I chose. And for this, I was talking to Santoshi. He said, why not you take up a project where we explain the roles of XCOM, the new XCOM team, so they understand their roles and they can commit to deliver that for next 6 months. I was more than willing to do this because just signing up to be an XCOM member and not delivering is not going to help. So better to explain to them the roles, responsibilities of ExCom team member, and then make them understand the responsibilities so they commit to their job and do their best. So this is a task I've taken as part of Alpha elective. So this has got two parts. The first part of this project is to present my plan, how I'm going to do it, which is a 5-7 minute speech we're doing right now. The second part is how we implement this plan, which I'll come back and present later. For this project, I need to form a team of 3 or more members and then have at least 5 meetings. So for this project, because ExCom team is already identified for next term, I had to get into the planning. And as you know, planning is very, very vital for the leadership because planning gives the roadmap where we want to achieve, how we want to go. And because a team is involved in planning, there is a buy-in from each member who's going to participate and contribute to the success of this vision. So any planning has 5 steps. Let me explain the 5 steps. The first step is set objective. What is that you want to achieve? The second step is design tasks. The vision or objective is very big. What are the tasks required to achieve that vision or objective? The third is identify resources. Without resources, nothing can be done. And the fourth is set a timeline. And the fifth is how do we track the actions to make sure that we achieve the goal as we planned. For this particular project, let me explain all the 5 steps. The first step is setting objective. Toastmaster Santoshi and all the past presidents of our club have a vision for the club that we want to be the best club, best Toastmasters club. We're not competing with anybody else, but we want to be the best. The members come to this meeting should get the value for their time and money. The guests want to convert and become members, so they also learn from Toastmasters experience. So the objective of this is I'll explain to the next ExCom team members what's the role and responsibility because the ExCom team has to be very, very good so that the meetings run very well as per the plan. The second step is defining tasks. I divide the 3 tasks for this. One is I already sent the roles responsible to all the ExCom members. Second, have a call with them to explain them what expected out of them. And the third is have a meeting with all 7 of the ExCom members to make sure they understood and make a commitment. Commitment is important for ExCom members so they deliver their best for next 6 months. And the fourth is a timeline. As we know, the new ExCom will be inducted or sworn in first week of July. So I want to complete this project by end of June. The fifth is tracking. I'll be calling all the ExCom members and following up with them. They understood and set up a meeting. So end of the month, this project is completed. So this is the plan I have to achieve the objective that we are going to have a best ExCom team for next term to understand the roles and responsibilities and they commit to deliver their best. I'll come back and present how I implemented this. And to leave all of you with a quote. Leadership is not about telling people what to do, but show them how to do it. This is what we believe in Toastmasters. Quote.
Thank you very much. Before calling the next speaker, let me introduce the evaluator first. She who always carry a smile on her face. The day she arrived in NITK, I never seen her without a smile. In her perception, the travel is explore the world. And she is an entrepreneur by profession and she always spread energy around her. Let us welcome Toastmaster Meghna with a round of applause.
Student of the year. Oh, I mean, speaker of the day today.
he is going to change your perception about getting lost. So he is going to deliver L1P2 speech. Pathway is visionary communication, and the purpose of the speech is the beauty is getting lost. That is his title. Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, Meghna. I have very few words about him. Toastmaster Anurag, he who loved traveling by road because he thinks that his perception is that he can explore the world more, understand it well. And he who is a student is going to do his higher studies in Delhi. Very soon he will be traveling. So let us welcome Toastmaster Anurag.
We spend all our lives trying not to get lost. We spend a lot of time looking at maps, plans, directions, and goals. But sometimes getting lost is life's way of telling us that this is the right way. Good evening, Toastmasters and your guests. Today I'll be telling you a little bit about how getting lost might be the best part of a journey. I've come to realize that getting lost is not a failure. It might be the freedom that you need to start the real journey. I think it's all a matter of perception and how you see uncertainty and how you take the challenges against you. I want to share a couple of instances that happened with me that made me realize this. Let me take you to a moment where I was lost, not metaphorically, but actually. I was on a trip with my friends a few months ago. We drove down to Ooty. And on this trip, for the first 2 days, we had a lot of fun. We did some well planned exploring. But on the third day, we planned to explore a pine forest nearby. We got there after a lot of chai breaks and viewpoint visits. And by the time we were there, the gate for the entry had closed. It was certainly disappointing because we were here from very far and we wanted to see how it looked. But then we had to move back and we got into the car and were about to leave. As I started to drive back, my phone and anybody else in the car, their phones lost connection because we were in a very remote area. And by the time we realized that, one of my friends shouted, "Hey guys, look at that." He was pointing to a board right a few meters ahead of our car, and it was in the local language. We couldn't understand, but we did see that there was a camera icon next to it. So we thought, why not, go to the location and see what's there. We're lost. Might as well, go check the place. We followed the directions the old school way with our intuitions and the signboards on the road. And once we got there, although this was a very, retrospectively, it was a very risky decision to not follow the maps that we had and go to an isolated area. But once we got there, this was one of the most beautiful sights I'd ever seen. Lush green hills stacked one after the other, and then plains on one side and water on the other side. It was a perfect scenario for the sun to set. And this stuck with me, not just because the view was incredible, also because of what I realized. This was not something that we planned to get to. This was something that just happened. And this got me thinking, and I wondered about how many times does this happen more in my life. And I think this is how I am here today. Just 1 year back, I was about to graduate college. I was in my last semester, and unlike what most of us thought, we didn't receive any placement opportunities because the company that we were associated with for industry integration was the only one offer that we were offered through college. This was a 4 year contract, and I opted out of it. I felt quite lost at that time, but I also spoke to my career counselor, and she believed that this is something that might be a blessing in disguise. She said that this would be the right time for you to pursue your higher education, and it would put you much above the peers that you are with at this point. I was certainly doubtful at first, and I thought, would this be the right option for now for me at this situation? But after a lot of due diligence and thinking, I thought that this was the right next step for my career. I gave it my all, dove right in and gave it gave it all the efforts that I could. I did well in the exams and interviews, and today I'm about to enter a really good college. And now I'm standing and continuing in the same path that I earlier thought was very unclear to me. So these moments where I was, driving or in my life itself were a teaching lesson for me, because failure or getting lost is not something wrong. It's it's something. It might be that you've gone off script. And what's the difference between feeling lost and feeling scared and seeing an opportunity? It's just a matter of perception. I think following a road sign or seeing how to get my career in a straight line, it was my willingness to explore that got the difference in those two. We often treat a roadblock or a setback as a bad thing, but I've started to see it point of as a point or a signal where I have to stop and look around to see where I am and see that this is not something I need to be bogged down by. I need to see where I need to get ahead and decide my own path. So, because once you see that this is not a roadblock and this is something that you need to work towards, you might realize that you are not at a place. You are exactly where you need to be. You just didn't expect that you were going to get there. Thank you.
Thank you. Such a wonderful speech and experience. We all gone through it, right? So now all of you tighten your, thinking shoes and get butterflies in your stomach. Let me welcome the Toastmaster, table topic master of the day. He who loves to travel towards beaches and lush green places and explore food, whether it is vegetarian or non-vegetarian. And he is the Shashi Tharoor of our club. He carry a abundance of vocabulary and give to us. And he who loves music, he has many feathers in his cap. Let us welcome Toastmaster Bopaya and an IT professional too.
Thank you, Tia Modi, for that wonderful introduction. One thing I believe everyone agrees when I say is that our life is like an open book, right? It's like an empty book, a plain book. When you're born, you're given a notebook, and it's up to you how you fill those pages. And one of the brightest way or the easiest way to fill those pages is by traveling, because when you travel, you get a lot of experience, and that experience is the best teacher that can drive you in your life. The things that, for example, we heard a couple of speeches today, and feeling lost. When you're feeling lost, those experiences can actually drive what you have to do next. So with that in mind, I've designed the table topics today. I'm sure a lot of us have seen a lot of cartoons growing up. So if I can ask you like one character, who would that be? A famous or a interesting character in your cartoon from a comic life, who would that be?
Nobita.
Nobita.
Doraemon.
Doraemon.
No, he's Tom and Jerry.
Doraemon, is it okay?
Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry. Huh? Tintin. Tintin. Popular opinion. Tintin. Everyone agrees?
Yes.
Sabu, then those characters.
Okay, okay.
Chacha
Okay, let's take Chacha Chaudhary because that's an interesting character. So now I have two sets of chips over here. One is describing place, like I have a list of places here. And the other one is a list of cuisine, like different kinds of food or drinks or whatever that is. And I want you to go on a journey. You know, Chacha Chaudhary has decided that he has summer holidays right now. He wants to take a break from all his expeditions and activities, and he wants to go on a break. So he decided that he will take 68 days of 58 days of uninterrupted travel, and he will set off on a journey. So when you come here, you pick up the place. That is the first place he will be going into, and when you pick the other chit, that is the food that he will be trying in that particular place. How you want to connect it, how you want to build that story, I'll leave it up to you. You go to that place, you want to eat that food, and how you build that story, whether you want to meet someone, take him to a restaurant, take her to a restaurant, go on a date, whatever that story is. Okay? So Chacha Chaudhary is single for this purpose today. So, okay. All right, who will be my first speaker? And I encourage you to speak for at least 2 minutes. Don't get excited and just forget that you can speak for 2.5 minutes and just walk away 1 minute. So speak for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. It's your time. Okay. I want my first speaker for the day. So we have our first Chacha Chaudhary on stage. Please. So Chacha Chaudhary's first destination is Germany, and he's very keen on trying fish curry and rice in Germany.
I plan. I'm on a planning stage to a journey to Germany. A friend of mine, Prashant, school friend, he stays there. He has called me many times, and he has described the food habits there, the availability of foods there. Yeah, they. He says that they have half cooked, basically raw type, but he enjoys, and he said it's a healthy food. So he was describing about this fish curry and rice. So I do want to have a taste of it. Yes, Germany is a place I would like to go and visit all the noted place like the Hitler's place, right? So lots of things I have heard about Germany. I want to want to go and explore the place. Then I will come back and with my lots of knowledge, lots of what I have experienced, will be in a more better place to explain you all. Please wait for my next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Chacha Chaudhary enjoyed the raw fish and curry in Germany. He's now at Frankfurt Airport, and now he is waiting to board his next flight. Who will be coming and seeing what the next flight is? So he's boarding a flight to Italy, and he will be trying lassi in Italy.
Oh, hey, beautiful lady. I'm looking for a ticket to Germany. She smiled and said, Sir, well, there is an offer on a flight to Italy. Would you like to go? Uh, Lady, you're so beautiful. Go ahead. She gave me a ticket. I paid her. I got my ticket. Now, the moment I had this Italy ticket, I was on my way to this checking counter. They opened my bag and they said, Sir, there is some metal in your bag. They removed everything. Oh my goodness. I found my old badge, which was of the Rotary Club. I was looking for it from a long time and it was in my bag. Wow, amazing enough. I got that too. Now packed my bag and on the way to flight. Now here I was sitting and I was planning what would I do in Italy. They say there are good designers. However, I am willing to look forward to be a fashion designer. However, don't know when. So nothing. Chalo, let's sit. Have a seat. Time a lady came. She said, "Sir, would you like to have some water?" I said no. But there was a healthy guy. Sardar ji, lady, अस्सी एक glass ला दो जी. And he picked one glass of water. Now I was talking to this guy. He was all about Punjabi dish. And he said me, Paji, तुसी इटली जा रहे हो तो वहाँ लस्सी जरूर ट्राई करना. Now I was not fond of lassi, but the way he described me about this Punjabi stuff, I was so much happy. And he said, try the lassi. And I have planned it to go ahead with the lassi. Thank you.
Thank you. Looks like Chacha Chaudhary is getting stuck in the airplane. He's not able to land to that particular place. So let's ensure that he is landed in that particular place. He's speaking about that particular place. Okay. So, Santosh sir, do you want to take up? Which one? Chacha Chaudhary has visited Paris. Now everything is done. Now he's in the airport, back in the airport. I will pick one for you. One place and one food. Chacha Chaudhary is now going to Dubai and he wants to try poha in Dubai. Poha. Poha in Dubai.
Poha in Dubai. Okay. How many of you have tasted poha in Gujarat?
Me.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
You tasted poha in Bangalore also?
Yes.
Have you ever wondered, will poha be available in Dubai? No?
No.
I'll tell you. Once, it was in the year 2003, my first trip to Dubai. So, three couples, we landed in Dubai. My first foreign trip for all the three couples it was. And as we were walking down the streets in the night, the first place that we went to was a lounge bar. It was full of smokes and drinks and all those things. Then half an hour we got tired of that, came out. Immediately outside we noticed an Indian restaurant. So we got into that restaurant because we were feeling quite hungry. And idlis were there, dosa was there, many things were there. So I was in a very humorous mood. What will you have, sir? I said, tell me what you don't have. He said, we don't have any Gujarati dish. I said, then get me a plate of poha. He said that I don't have. Get me a plate of poha. Yes, sir. I'll get that right away for you. What does he do? He mixes all types of dishes, smashes idli and dosas and samosas and all those things, makes it into a khichdi type, a nice poha type, and gets it to me. So this is Dubai special poha. Have it and you will enjoy it. I had it and I really enjoyed it. Thank you all.
All right. So we had the poha. Chacha Chaudhary has enjoyed the poha. He's now waiting at the Dubai International Airport. Where do you think he'll fly next? Who wants to fly? Sir? So the speech is for one minute will be shown the green card, and 2 minutes 1 minute will be shown the green card. Green card. Okay. Okay. At 1 minute. I couldn't get you. So it's a timer. Timed. Oh, okay, okay. It's for 2.5 minutes. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
1 minute
qualify.
Okay, okay, okay. To qualify, you'll be shown the green card in 1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute 30 seconds will be shown the yellow card. Okay. 2 minutes will be shown the red card. And after that, you'll have 30 seconds to wind up the speech. Okay. So Chacha Chaudhary is now flying to Australia. And he will be trying tender coconut in Australia.
Okay.
Easy one.
In fact, Australia is the only continent which I couldn't visit so far. But I'm appointed by an 100-year-old law company in Australia called Slater and Gordon, for whom I'm, trying the cases of Indians, accident cases of Indians abroad in Australia, and hundreds of cases I have fought so far. Though I couldn't, personally go, but I'm trained by Australia, this firm, to handle these cases, accident cases. So I have many friends over there, Indians who met with an accident, and you know. Then I thought, even I tried for our Rotary conferences also 2 times. I couldn't get because my visa was cancelled because of reasons well known to them only, and so this has been my wish. And then being in touch with many Indians over there, you know, whenever I visit or the future when I get the opportunities, probably this is one of the drinks which I would, prefer to request friends there or in Australia to arrange for me. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Looks like Chacha Chaudhary got a little bit emotional as well. So we'll see. We'll lighten the mood of Chacha Chaudhary. Who wants to try?
See, none of us went to a country where whatever we were asked for. Even he visited particularly India, only that.
So I'm working for that.
Tasting answer. One or two.
Take one,
Try.
please. So Chacha Chaudhary is now flying to America,
Good.
and he wants to try cocktail in America.
And easy. So basically, I haven't visited any place yet, but I guess it's my first international flight, so I'm very excited for it right now. So same like my uncle, even I'm into flight, like in the what do you say in the airport, and I'm a bit nervous like how my first flight would be to international flight. So now I am sitting beside a person, and I'm very confused. What should I do? What should I try? What's special over there? So that time I met a person was sitting beside me, and normally I just asked him casually that what's the best thing. Even he was boarding the same Australia, and I visited Australia many times. So I just asked him that is there anything good I should try over there. So he suggested me that go and try cocktail over there. There are many types of many flavors, many more things there. So you can just try it. So I landed Australia, and then sorry, America. My mistake. I landed America, and I'm searching the best place where I can try cocktails, but I couldn't find one. There, I found another person who was mainly selling cocktails on the street. So I thought, why not try it on the streets? So I went there. I took a normal strawberry flavor cocktail or anything else. I tried it and it was really amazing. I loved it. So by this, I can think that instead of going to big places, it's better to try things on streets. Thank you.
Thank you. So Chacha Chaudhary is now in America, but due to Trump's new regulations, he got stuck in the immigration policies, and now he's been deported back to India. So back to you, dear Modi.
Thank you. A wonderful way. First time, I think it's a very good experience and learned wonderful. Thank you, table topic master. So today, I think many of the people don't have any butterflies in the stomach because it was a subject which is very, familiar with many of us, I believe. So now this is the time for me to call the general evaluator. Before calling her, let me talk a few words about her. She, the young, energetic, enthusiastic person. But one thing I want to talk about her. I have observing and noticing that whenever she has a speech, she will bring lot of tensions, and whether it is in the club, whether it is in the area, whether it is in the district, I have seen all three. And when she hit the dais, she's a different person altogether, and she is always hit the bullseye. That is what is Toastmaster Nimisha. She who believes, and her beliefs about the travel is you don't need to change the place to travel. When you sit calmly, the divine connect and the cosmic connect will take you wherever you want to travel. Let us welcome Toastmaster Nimisha, General Evaluator of the Day.
Thank you so much, Madam TMOD, for such an overwhelming introduction. Good evening, everyone. So, for the benefit of the guests, let me just explain. As the general evaluator, my role is to provide feedback and areas of improvement to all the role takers in the meeting. So, without wasting further time, let's get started. I would like to get started with the evaluators of each speech. The first evaluator is Toastmaster Meghna. Oh, sorry, Toastmaster Shalini. Could you please evaluate the speaker? Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nimisha. Good evening, everyone. And it's my pleasure to evaluate a very seasoned speaker, Toastmaster Ramdas Bhatt. The project guideline says that it is about strong foundation of how to build an XCOM team. I heard this very famous quote somewhere which says, what do you look for in an ocean? Some people find pearls. Some people find fish. Others just go to get their feet wet. Well, all of us in Toastmasters are the ones who are trying to find different things as an ocean. But I'm sure after your speech today, we are going to look for some more pearls. You started your speech very nicely with a quote by Yogi Bhaga. I've not heard of this name, but I'm going to do more research on finding who this gentleman is and what has he said. The tagline, why, it says where leaders are made for Toastmasters and not why managers are made. And you gave the example of one of our beloved XCOM members, Toastmaster Nimisha. The first thing which in your speech, which was really the highlight of the speech, was the clarity. The difference between the manager and a leader. What a manager does and what a leader does. Leaders have vision. And in Toastmasters, every XCOM needs to have a vision. The president needs to have a vision on how it has to be taken forward. The second important thing about your speech was the structure. You started with a quote, then you gave a question, then you gave a little bit of a quiz to the audience about letting their analytical minds think why it is called where leaders are made and not managers are made. And then you spoke about Gandhiji, his leadership style, and connecting that to our president, Toastmaster Santosh Kejriwal, his leadership style. I think the flow, the entire structure of your speech was very well layered. Each layer appeared in a better way than the previous sentence. You also spoke about the 5 areas that are extremely important in an XCOM setup, which is setting the objectives, design the tasks, identify the resources, the timeline in which particular tasks need to be completed, and track progress. You very well explained about all of that in a very neat and clean manner. And in the end, the passion that you have for always training people came out with that last quote where you said, leaders are not the ones who show, are the ones who do not speak but show. However, if I may ask you to work on a couple of things, Toastmaster Ramdas, you're a very seasoned speaker, and taking up a project like an XCOM, setting up the XCOM is like, cakewalk for you. It should be a piece of cake for you. The first thing which I expected in your speech was the toughness of the challenge. You are an avid traveler when it comes to your work. You've traveled so many cities. I believe when you just entered, we called you a nation trotter. And I would have been very interested to know about a project that you have done in the cities that you have visited and how difficult it was. Because for a seasoned speaker like you, training an XCOM is not a very challenging task, is my belief.
The second thing is the connection. You started with the manager and the leader, but where did it end in the process? I mean, what should a manager do? That part was left a little, I would say, not very easily said. And in conclusion, you also mentioned that leadership is something to look forward to, but how to do that? Since this is your first speech, in summary, I would say a great set of structure and the structural ideas and the clarity which you had to show what you want to do, and that is going to come in your next speech. Working on a challenging scenario and bringing more connection between a manager and a leader. I think Toastmaster Ramdas, but we are looking forward to the second part of this speech. All the best to you.
Fabulous evaluation, Toastmaster Shalini. You are always spot on, very structured. Uh, Completely agree with the insights that you've provided to the speaker. If I may just recommend that I saw the red card already going up while you were still talking about your third recommendation to the speaker. I found that you can probably cut short the intro. There was a lot of value in it, but you can cut short on the intro so that you don't lose out on time. Ramdas sir, I agree with the evaluator. No further inputs from me. The only two things I want to first of all thank you for your acknowledgement about me, and the other thing is that you're such a wonderful speaker. I thought your speech was very short because I was yearning for more. I wanted to hear more. I don't know what the time duration was. Was it deliberately so short? But would love to hear you next time. All right, so moving on, now I would like to invite the second evaluator, Toastmaster Meghna, to evaluate our second speaker. Please welcome her with a round of applause. What a flawless speech. Clarity in thoughts and speech. For some time, I also got lost into the Uti's green, lush green hills. And actually, I wanted to hear more about your Uti experience. But you have very well connected it to your life experience, a message that you don't get afraid of, getting lost. There is something better on the path. Sometimes it opens the road for your new opportunities, and yes, you have changed our perception about getting lost, that it's not always harmful to get lost. Sometimes it opens the opportunities, new doors for future, and it had a purpose in your speech. The suggestions for improvement are regarding voice modulation, stage presence, and your expressions and movements. So these are the great areas where you can focus about. Otherwise, your speech was very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Meghna. I believe this is the first time that you've taken up evaluation. So I want to really commend you. Fabulous job. I just feel that having an evaluator like you is always very comfortable because the way you deliver your feedback, you're smiling, so you make the speaker very comfortable. So, very well done on that. The only recommendation that I would like to provide you, I would recommend that you take up more evaluation roles. And when you provide an area of recommendation, you told the speaker about stage presence, voice modulation. Can you give examples from their speech? What was it about the voice modulation and stage presence that you would like for the speaker to improve so that they can have good takeaways that they can implement in their next speech? That's the only thing. Thank you very much again. And Toastmaster Anurag, wonderful speech. You are a natural speaker. I really love the way that you spoke. The only one thing that I want to recommend to you, I know this is just your second speech. I found that you were looking at the script here and there. Maybe that was to use the exact word that you probably may have used in your speech. However, please remember that as a speaker, only you know what your story is, your situation is. So you can get more natural and fill in words, not try avoiding to look at the script. But really well done, a great speech. Right? All right, so now I would like to move on to our tag role players to provide their reports. Starting with our timer, we have Toastmaster Bopaya double hatting for us, so he could present his report. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So I can say that everyone stuck to time. There is no disqualifications. There was a little 2 or 3 seconds overboard, but I think uh, we can ignore that. Overall, I think the speakers, Ramdas sir, 7 minutes 27 seconds. Anurag, I was expecting a little more, but you ended at 5 minutes 45 seconds. Table topics was well within time. The maximum time taken was Toastmaster Vikas for 2 minutes 13 seconds. Evaluations, Toastmaster Shalini went overboard with 2 seconds, but I think overall it was very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopaya, for that detailed report. Let's move on to the R counter, Toastmaster Vinod. Could you please present your report? Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Okay, guys, I was not able to find much words, but 4 R was used from speaker one, Anurag, and from the table topic speaker, Mr. Vikas, he have used 3 times R. The R was long. That's it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinod. A good job. I don't know. Have you taken up the R counter role before this?
3 times.
3 times you've taken it. Then I would definitely want to give you this feedback, Vinod. What is the R counter's role? Is it just to count the ahs, ums, or is there anything more to this role? Is it just scorekeeping? It is not. You have to pay careful attention to, of course, the crutch words, ums, which you did today. You also have to pay attention to filler words like, so, and, but are used many times as filler words when we are not able to get any other word. And also repetitive words. Sometimes I found that some of them have some repetitive words like I know, you know, things like that, right? So maybe you can, I know today everything was last minute, you took up the role, fabulous job, but you can pay attention to what the R counter's role is the next time you take up, and provide examples of 1 or 2 sentences where the people used before, so that they remember it and they can improve themselves. Thank you so much. Finally, we have again Toastmaster Shalini as the grammarian who's double hatting, so please welcome her.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimisha, once again. First, I would like to start with the people who have used the word of the day. And they are Toastmaster Meghna, Toastmaster Bopaya, Toastmaster Anurag, Toastmaster Santosh sir, Toastmaster Prasanna. Have I missed out on anybody? I don't think so. All of you have used the word of the day. Can we have a round of applause for them? What is the word of the day? Okay, you get extra chocolates from Toastmaster Prasanna. Now, the people who used good phrases, good sentences, I would like to start with Mayur, the youngest, the baby in our team today. He mentioned this sentence: instead of going to bigger places, better try new things on the streets. That was a very nice one. Toastmaster Bopaya, again, rich in vocabulary. Life is an empty notebook, fill it with traveling. Toastmaster Ramdas sir, leadership is not about what to do, but show how to do it. Toastmaster Meghna actually lit everyone's eyes today with some very good words. Student of the year to speaker of the year, flawless speech, lush green hills. Very well said. Toastmaster Nimisha, if you're going to add more to the speech, your GE role, that will be counted in the next grammarian's report. But as of now, I found 2, double hatting and scorekeeping. Toastmaster Prasanna, TMOD is loaded with good words today. Soulfulness, we achieve. Mind traveling, travel into Toastmasters with Dr. Ramsey Smedley's vision, abundance and knowledge, backbone of the club, calm, composed, carry a smile always. She is today on a high on words, I meant to say. Okay, Toastmaster Anurag, I love the sentence which you used. It could be a phrasal oxymoron, which you said, getting lost is freedom found. That was really nice. And the icing on the cake was Dubai gave special poha, which was served with love and happiness, even better than that of a Gujarati, and that was only because of Santosh sir, who made it very special. Some areas of improvement which can be made better. These are very trivial errors. The other day I was listening to Sashi Tharoor's pronunciation on Instagram, and I came across this thing. Even I make this mistake of saying asthma. It is not asthma, it is asthma. And like that, there are some which we need to take care of. I belongs should be I belong. There is never an S in the verb when you say with I. Unexplainable is inexplainable. Hi guys, we should not try and start with hi guys because it's not an informal setup, it's a formal meeting. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests is a better one. He have should be he has. whenever we use words like he, she, and all, these are very simple grammatical errors which we make. Should be he, has. With that, back to the GE, and if she's going to add more words, the next grammarian has to take it forward. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shalini. That was a fabulous grammarians report. Lots of learnings for any of us who takes up the grammarians roles next time. Thank you very much. So I'll move quickly, finish my rest of the report for the other role takers, starting with Toastmaster Vikash, our eternal SAA for now for this term. Sir, every time you come here, every SA address that you give, I find a lot of improvements in you. And I must always congratulate you that you're so mindful of time. You start bang on at 7 p.m. That's kudos to you. I love that today you introduced yourself because there is nobody else to introduce the SA. So we have guests in the room and you introduced yourself. So guests also should know that. So very well done. In terms of your performance of duties, like explaining the 3 golden rules you were bang on, and also the mission of Toastmasters Club. I know there was a little bit of confusion in the beginning. We didn't have our president here had come. He hadn't come yet to the room, and you were ready to move on to introducing the TMOD. However, this is where I would like to recommend to you that maybe you can have a little presence of mind. I know that somebody from the audience prompted you that you can fill in for that gap by talking about the rules. You can have the presence of mind that if you don't see the precedent yet, you can stay a little bit prepared about the theme and speak about it till the precedent comes, right? Also, one last thing, Toastmaster Vikash, I thought your body language was very uptight. You can be a little relaxed. You were like, good evening, like don't be that. Like, be relaxed. Like we all know each other. It is a formal setup, but then we don't have to be so uptight in a body language. So, but really well done. Congratulations. Moving on, of course, our beloved President Toastmaster Santosh, he is always spot on in his role in terms of performance of his duties. He acknowledged that the MOM has not been shared for the last couple of weeks. So we need to work on that, of course. He introduced the guests. And what I love about Toastmaster Santosh is that he always has something interesting and interesting insight to share because he always has a personal story. So through his travel stories, there was a lot of takeaways for us. I really love that. Sir, the only recommendation that I can give that I could think of today was I think one of the guests introduced himself, took a little bit longer. So maybe could you have a targeted question? Maybe you could say, you could tell the guests, be specific that can you tell us your name, profession, and what brings you to Toastmasters? Maybe that those directed questions can also help the guests answer, give their introduction in a quick way. Right, so that was for Santosh sir. I will come to the TMOD last. Of course, our table topics master, Toastmaster Bofaya. Wonderful job. Despite taking up the role last minute, I love that your idea was so creative. I saw you prepare very quickly, but I thought, what are you doing with it? I couldn't have imagined that you'll come up with something so much fun. I noticed that people had a lot of fun talking about all those topics, and I love that you interacted with the audience on the spot. You got derived that character Chacha Chaudhary and you used that as part of your topics. So wonderful. And you also, I love the fact that you encouraged everyone to speak a little more than what we generally do here in table topics, but your topics naturally lent into that. Everyone enjoyed is what I felt. So well done. And last but not the least, of course, our wonderful TMOD Toastmaster PK. So there are lots of good things for you, Toastmaster PK. I always love the energy you bring, and I think you are definitely exemplary in the way you stay prepared. You take the pain of preparing the theme, the word of the day, and then you come here prepared. Like there is no scope for any mistakes mostly. So that is a very good thing. I also love the fact that you're so excited always to share your personal stories, especially stories of vulnerability, which many of us are not comfortable to share. And I love the vivid descriptions that you brought in your story when you spoke about the dosa or the big city
experiences. Like normally, what happens is TMODs just talk about a concept or an idea. They don't have these. They don't personalize it so much, but you always personalize it. So, love the way you always facilitate the TMOD role. The only one thing I thought today I will not have anything to share. The only one thing I thought was you can announce the speech title of the speakers. I thought that was missing because the audience needs to stay prepared about what is the speaker going to talk about. It gives a little sense of direction. So make sure you reach out to the speakers and get their speech titles. Okay? So with that, I conclude my G's. Thank you, and back to you.
What a wonderful general evaluator, right?
Yes.
Wonderfully done. Thank you once again. Let us give her a round of applause. So let me wind up my role. I believe travel is not to escape, but let us understand. Not to escape. Many people are escaping to this weekend from this crowd. No, don't escape. Travel to understand. Let each journey unfold your hidden depths. Notice how the world mirrors your own longing. That is my perception about my own travel when I plan it. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, presiding officer, Toastmaster Santosh Kejriwal. Thank you. Appeal for voting. The voting is already shared in the WhatsApp. Please go to it and vote for your favorite people.
Voting is a birthright, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a birthright.
Yes. Yes.
So whether you vote for the country or not, but here you please vote.
For him, I will share. I'm sharing.
Sir, it's 8:16. We can still do the KY at the last one.
Okay. Okay.
So you have 5 minutes.
I'll share.
Right. Okay, Toastmasters, good evening to all of you once again. How was today's meeting? What's the perception? Say amazing.
Informative.
No amazing, no
Informative.
informative. Okay.
Especially
Did you travel or not? So many places we went to travel.
Yes. It's an experience.
It's an experience. No energy at all. Tired after coming back from vacation. Okay. As we proceed, first and foremost, I'd like our guests to give their feedback. Just about a minute's time. What did you feel about the meetings today? What is your take back? And how do you like to pursue? Mr. Shanbag, doctor, lawyer, banker, rotating.
Excellent with perfect towards perfections in all aspects of speaking and the topic, the things connected with this. Overall, it's interesting. Yeah. For me, as far as I'm concerned, I have not much considerable time. So, in fact, otherwise I would have, introduced myself.
That's okay. Huh?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mayur, Hatija. Huh?
It was lovely. To be honest, I experienced I wasn't so confident when I came here. I was a bit shy. But after this, I do have a bit of confidence that I can also stop for a few minutes and can do certain things unprepared. So I'll just try more. I'll keep working on it. And it was lovely being here. Thank you.
Okay, some announcements. Ramdas ji, are we going to announce the results for the next DESCOM this year?
Yes, Ramdas sir.
Yeah. Initially, we just announced. It's delegating, you can do it.
And not to say an official delegation for
We couldn't come today because it's
it was not there.
I'll check with him. If it's okay, then we can announce after the giveaway.
Check that out. Huh?
This is the last one we have. This is the last one.
Expo announcement we can make after the giveaway.
Okay.
And finally, if I'm right, Toastmaster Meghna, have you completed level 1 pathway with this evaluation?
Yes, yes.
You completed? Chalo! Round of applause.
My homework has increased. One more post.
So we're getting 9 points.
No, 10.
Level 2 still not.
No, that's not required. Only one level was needed.
Correct. So one level, one level.
Yeah,
We have 9 points then. So okay, no.
you just uploaded it, Meghna. Huh?
You upload it and Bopaya will receive it.
Then let the Toastmasters, let them take a call. 9 or 10, let them take a call. Okay? Bopaya, are you ready with the results? Or not yet? Huh? Still waiting. Guys. Okay, for our next week's meeting on 18th, which will be our second last meeting of this term, do we have any takers for the speeches? TMOD role, TTM roles? Please share your names with the VP Education, Toastmaster Bopaya. To Mr. Shanbag and Mayur, from what how much I've listened to both of you, feel there's a great opportunity for both of you to improvise on your speaking abilities. It's not only the question of timing, how we are going to deliver your speech, how people are going to evaluate. See, this is the only platform where evaluation is done on the speech. There is no other platform across the world where you're evaluated on how you're speaking. So that improvises your speaking skills also, and at the same time, your listening skills. So do think deeply, and if possible, join. You'll find a remarkable improvement in your communication skills, both of you. Right, sir? Yes, Bapaya?
Yes, sir. Ready.
Come. When is coming?
All right. The best role taker goes to Toastmaster Shalini.
Thank you, gentlemen.
My grammar is very bad. My grammar is very bad.
I am now trying to think like you. What is going on? What is brewing in your mind?
The best evaluator today goes to Toastmaster Shalini. Yes, sir.
In one certificate, mention both the roles, cost saving.
For me only.
Yeah, for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Best speaker goes to Toastmaster Anurag.
Really?
You're lost in the desert, Anurag? Huh?
Sir, after getting lost, you found this speaker.
Yeah.
Once again.
You know, there's an English movie, Lost in the Desert. Isn't it?
Yes.
Lovely movie it was.
All right. The best table topic speaker was a tie between Toastmaster Santosh and guest Mayur, but I'm not giving you a certificate. It's cost saving.
I love that. I like
Good,
it.
man.
Yes.
So guest Mayur.
Yeah.
Come, Mayur.
God presence of mind.
Mayur? आजा नहीं करता? 50-50?
एक महीना
Thank you, sir.
Very nice.
All right. And the best Toastmaster of the day goes to our
evaluator, Nimisha Verma.
Okay, thank you all so much. Let me first adjourn the meeting, then we'll start the KYR series.
Okay.
Should I finish it now only?
Yes, yes.
Huh? Okay. I have to remember everything. Now let me see how much I can recollect all those ESCOM members. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the ESCOM team for the next Toastmaster term, July to December, is ready. And in the absence of our returning officer, Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, I will be sharing with the names of all the executive committee members. So to start with, as I call out the names, please come over here, and the others, please keep applauding them. First, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Meghna.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you for accepting. Who is next after this? Secretary? Treasurer. Okay. So treasurer for the next term will be Toastmaster Vikas Agarwal. Huh? And then that will become Meghna now. Who is next after this?
Secretary.
Secretary. Who is the secretary? Anyone? Come on. Who is the secretary?
Vinod.
Huh?
Vinod.
Vinod?
Yes.
I don't know. I was expecting you to come. Huh? अरे कोई हंस रहे हो, बड़ी हंस रहे हो? I was expecting whether you remember or not. VPP Toastmaster Nimisha. VTM. This is Srikanth. He is absent today, no problem. Next is VPE Toastmaster Shalini. And the person who is going to lead all these members, executive committee members, is our dynamic, committed Toastmasters. Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari. Come on! Like photo ले लें सबका.
Yes, sir. Sir, equal men and women. Vertically challenged. No, equal.
मैं जाता हूँ ना.
Yeah.
He's
giving the broadest mind ever.
Executive
Okay.
Thank you.
Have to wait up to December.
Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you,
And wishing you
sir.
all the best.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All our member support will be there with you. Huh? No. Listen, I've got many pins which will give you sound sleep. Don't worry. Lots of things.
No, sir.
But
I don't. Because the team is so strong. Why do I worry?
don't worry. Exactly. No worry.
And the members are so good. I have no worries.
So with this, let me adjourn meeting number 263. Thank you all so much. Meeting is adjourned. Now I invite Ms. Shalini to conduct the KYR, Know Your Roles session on table topics, right?
Yes, sir. The last one in the series. Ramdas sir, how to go to the PPT? and manually we have to change. Can I put this little closer or it will shake? Good evening, everyone, and I'm not going to take more time than exactly 5 to 6 minutes. I promise you on that. We are in the last segment of the KYR, which is Know Your Role series. And first, before beginning that, I would like to thank Toastmaster Nimisha because both of us coordinated the whole thing, and we have been presenting the KYR series on alternate weeks. Thank you, Toastmaster Nimisha. This is the last one of the series, which is how to do the table topic master's role. First, answer this question. How many of you enjoyed today Toastmaster Bopaya's table topic session? Raise of hands. Okay, what did you like best in that, Toastmaster Anurag? If you could highlight one thing about the session.
I like the part that was impromptu
Didn't
asking,
This is no classroom.
about asking the audience for their favorite cartoon character, and then the combination of two very different things, the food item and the location.
So you saw innovation in that, where he could bring out a cartoon character and the food and the place of travel. One cartoon character, it could be also in real life any one of us who go on a different journey to different places. So it was the innovation which made the session very interesting. Just to give you some highlights about how to do a table topic master session, here it goes. So who is a table topics master? Basically the person who brings different topics in a Toastmasters meeting in the impromptu section, where first in the beginning you finish with the prepared speeches, then you are given the next section, which is just the opposite of the prepared speeches, which is impromptu section, and that is what the table topic master does. This section is filled with learning, fun, and entertainment, like you witnessed today. The time for typically a table topic is 1 to 2 minutes, and 2 minutes 30 seconds being the end time. Generally 1 minute, at the end of 1 minute, like Toastmaster Bopaya explained, you show the green card. 1 minute 30 seconds you show the yellow, and 2 minutes you show the red card. Total time allotted for this entire section depends from club to club, but on an average it is 20 to 25 minutes. Sometimes it can be between 15 to 20 minutes as well. What kind of topics should a table topics master prepare? I mean, what kind of topics should be given? They should add value to the listeners. For example, like how Toastmaster Bopaya today had all the ideas of travel and the cuisines. Yes, some of us, if we have not tasted those cuisines, probably that's an idea from the table topics to go and try out those cuisines. Or if we have not visited some places, like how our guest Shanbag sir mentioned that he has a customer from Australia, but he's never been to Australia, motivates us to go there. So value add to the listeners. They can be from simple to complex. Today I thought it was a mix, which is the I would say the biggest strength of Toastmaster Bopaya. He doesn't keep it very simple or he doesn't keep it very complex. He brought a character, and the simplicity was the place and the cuisine, but the complexity was in that place how you tasted that cuisine. So you can have simple topics. Some topics are as simple as talk about your hobby, or which is the one thing which you enjoyed the most during your childhood. Complex topics are like how we get at the district contest. This time the topic was the best thing to know is you know nothing. So that was a very twisted topic. So they can be from simple to complex. They should generate interest among members to speak. Like that is the biggest challenge of a table topics master. He has to bring the topics in such a way that everybody is motivated to speak. But today you saw that the moment he gave the first topic and he set the tone of the table topic section, immediately Toastmaster Vikas was ready to take the first topic. And they should adhere to TM guidelines, which is we definitely don't speak about three taboo words, which are sex, politics, and religion. Before the table topics master should set the ground rules or the guidelines, should call an experienced speaker first to speak on the topic, because what happens is generally when you call an experienced speaker, the guests in the room get to know what is expected out of them. Should try various methods. Today it was like cuisine and place method, which was because of travel. And there are also, like one time Toastmaster Nimisha had this very interesting table topics where she made us all visit all celebrities, all famous characters, some religious people also. Like I remember the topics which she had got on Gautam Buddha and JRD Tata and all. If you were to visit those people, you were to meet those people. So generating interest in the audience. You can also have a PPT. In some clubs, I have seen they have PPT through which they have the table topics, or you can bring some items in a bag and you just ask the members to close their eyes and pick up an item and speak. Or it can be a debate or a chain story. You can also give table topics as a debate. Can relate to theme of festivals and other things. When we have festivals, supposing it is Holi or Diwali, we can have topics related to that. It is very need based and situation based. Should always keep more topics ready. Like you saw today, he had more topics, and call the non-speakers and the guests, because there are already some allotted speakers in the room. If you have less crowd and time is more, we can make everybody speak. But if you have more people in the room, the first preference is given to the non-speakers, which includes the guests. And in the end, the table topics master has to summarize what has been his or her learning about the section. How can a Toastmaster ace the table topics? There are a lot of topics available on the internet. Now, this is from my experience purely because I won the district championship. I am saying this because I saw a lot of topics on the internet and I practiced them. Always have a story and give a message. Avoid summarizing. Like today, when he gave the topics, you couldn't summarize. I mean, you did not start with the summary of the topic. You all shared your personal experiences. Personal experiences, stories, they connect. And have a message like guest Mayur had a message, right? It's not always important to try in big restaurants, but try some nice food even on the streets. A lot of videos are there on the internet by district champions across the world who have delivered how to do how to ace table topics. And this is for the benefit of all of us, the Toastmasters in the room and the upcoming Toastmasters, if they are interested, that there are a lot of workshops conducted by District 92, which usually we keep a track of. So if anything comes, I post it in our NITK group also that this is the workshop that's being conducted on table topics. That's it. So the table topics master is someone who is the one who has a tough job to do because he or she doesn't know how the audience is in the room. Sometimes people like certain topics, sometimes they don't like. But to keep in mind that you have an interesting idea of a table topic, which could be like a game, which could be even a quiz, which could be even a crossword, and some things that were mentioned. This is one section where I feel the table topics is the best way to even becoming a good prepared speaker. That is what I have learned in 4 years' time. If you ace the idea of how to do table topics, you slowly become very good speakers as well, because you're speaking impromptu, right? Without preparation. You hardly get 5 to 10 seconds to think at that point of time. So a very interesting thing in Toastmasters and improves all our knowledge and vocabulary on how we can present ourselves better in front of others. With that, we end the KYR series, and I would like to really be thankful and grateful to Toastmaster Santosh sir, our beloved president, because he was the one who told both of us to coordinate and present on the KYR, the roles that are important in a Toastmasters meeting. Thank you so much, sir. We enjoyed ourselves.
Good girl. So let's have a photograph.
Yes, photograph.
And then garma garam chai hai, dosa hai, kya hai? Treasure.
He has spoiled this name.
It is nice.
I like.
Yeah, please a simple.
Yeah. Suddenly somebody comes and they say, "Make photograph." Not your
So you can stand in the corner.
assigned photographer. वो सोच रहे हैं कुछ घर कैसे इकट्ठा करना vertically challenged people in the front. Vertically challenged, we should not stand behind support. That's all. आपके पीछे खड़े होंगे तो कोई दिखाई नहीं देगा. आगे ही खड़े हो जाएंगे. Vertically challenged people come in the front.
If you don't want your picture to come, then stand behind.
Why will we not want our picture to come? We want our picture to come.
What should I do if I don't want my picture to come? Okay. Give me a suggestion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
From a tall president to a short president. High on words.
Thought you didn't see a chocolate. Who didn't get chocolate? More chocolate?
Guys, this is the last chance to pick one.
Yeah.
Then the box is going.
Ah.
Then the box is going.
Flown all the way from US, New York. Ah, इसलिए I kept you in mind. 5 days. Shalini, speak more. Nisha, my attention please. Notice when she delivers not only is but when she comes here, it's different. Person she just hit the bullseye. निशा ये मीठू आओ ना बाहर कोई नहीं आना चाहता संतोष जी आपने नहीं है संतोष जी एक all the way from New York.
Thank you.
Last week he was returned.
Recording stopped.
Camera first.
So हमारा